Record. Beautiful. All right, guys, we'll make a start. Thanks for jumping on. And I just thought this would be a good way to get 2018 up and running, if you like. I know January is a very tough month in terms of, customers and sometimes promoters. They go on holidays and they do all their family trips and they go, to all the exciting places. And this is generally about the time when people start coming back to work and they start realising that, hey, their holidays are over and the routine is about to start. And this is a great time for us to provide an opportunity for people to live a lifestyle where they can take a holiday whenever they want or get in the best shape of their life after their holiday blowout, if you like. So basically tonight is the start of it all. I want to run a very tight system and I want to make sure that you guys are involved with this process as well. So I will call upon you guys from time to time throughout this system when we run through to take pieces, to take nights, to take events. But I'll start the ball rolling. And tonight we're basically just going to go through what the schedule is every week and obviously what tonight is all about. So this is our system for 2018, guys. So this year we'll run a structured system designed to create energy, excitement, and a funnel for new promoters to tap into and get them on their Go Green movement journey with, excitement and with, I can't quite see what that word is and I can't remember what the word was, but basically we want to get them into a system so that they know what they're doing from day one and they can always have something they can tap into. We can always have people that are new to our team to get in and see how exactly we run. And that may be the difference between them staying and, dropping out in the first month. So pretty excited to get this rolling. So here's how our system will run every week. So Monday evenings, we'll do a training and or a mindset piece. And in order to be successful, we'll need to master the basics and have a bulletproof mindset. So I remember in 2014, Mike Peterson had the most amazing training system going on where he was booking out venues and having, heaps of people coming along to those events. We go through some amazing training and, systems were on fire. So I'd really like for us to get to that sort of level where perhaps an online system is not big enough and we can move to a venue where we can actually go through all these trainings. So Monday night, training and mindset. Wednesday evenings will be presentation night. So Mike has been kind enough to put his hand up for the first one, which is this Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. But we'll either run an online or in-person presentation covering all the aspects of our product and business, but not necessarily all at once. So we might just do one night where we just do a Go Green cleanse and just talk about that. We might do one night where we just talk about the oils and we bring people in to see that presentation. And then, of course, we'll do one for Amber, we'll do one for the business, and then we'll do one for the whole lot. So it won't necessarily be the whole kit and caboodle every single time. We do know that can sort of extend in time. So if we hone in on smaller, more specialised areas, you can invite certain people to those areas. But that'll be Wednesday nights, and the aim is to try and do that every Wednesday evening, if not every second, but I'd like to do it every Wednesday night. Thursday evening, we'll do back office training and comp plan training. I was just going through the back office the last couple of days, and there's some information in there that I didn't even know. Mike was sending some links to some stuff that I didn't even know it existed. And then when we went there and had a look, we have so many tools and so much information there that we can use for our business that we just don't know about. And obviously the comp plan, we want to make sure that we are aware of how our comp plan is structured. So when people ask us what it's all about, we have a good overview of it and how you can utilize that comp plan to take full control of your business. So that's Thursday evenings. And then Sundays, day or night, we'll have an online or in-person org meeting. I think we need to go back to that. That kind of fell by the wayside last year. And, those meetings are a great way to get together, recognise achievements, ask heaps of questions, and plan for the week ahead. Preferably this should be in person, but that's not always appropriate depending on what people are doing on Sundays. But ideally, I'd like to run that in person if we can. So we'll structure that as we go along. In between those days, the key is to make contact with people, start new conversations, talk to new prospects, and invite to our system and presentations. That's what this is all about. It's an opportunity for you guys to tap into a system that is there for you, which makes it easier for you to get people to events without having to chase them around. So we have that proven system the whole way through. And if it's tight, it'll build a strong business for you and your team. So if you've got a new team member, you can tap them straight into this system. It's nice and easy. You can do their fast start, tap them into this system, and they can learn all the basics as they go along. So let's begin tonight. So tonight, I just want to go through the 6 basic steps. We haven't done this for a very, very, very long time, but I think these steps are ultra important, and I like to do this on a very, very regular basis. There's actually 7 steps because Dennis did add one in. So number 1 is the why. Okay, that's the most important aspect of our business, why we're doing it. Number 2 is your list. You need to have a really, really strong, extensive list. Number 3 is invite. If you don't invite, you don't have a business. So we can work out strategies and ways to invite. Number 4 is to present. Okay, we need to present, but this system can also help you to get people into presentations so you don't have to present all the time. We can have people that can present for you. Open people to what we have to offer and get them either started as a customer or as a promoter, and have a system available for that, which is number 6. And then, of course, number 7 is the mindset behind it all, and that's what tonight is really all about, is getting our mindset right. All right, so the why. This is probably the most important aspect of your business. If the why is big enough, it'll take care of all the hows. So if you need to have a strong why, it needs to drive you. It needs to be something where you get up in the morning, you can use it to your advantage. If your why is strong, you'll go out there and be very productive for the day. If you have a why that, is on the surface, it's not too bad, it's not going to drive you. It's not going to make you passionate to get out there and, be that difference and help people on our movement and get people to see what your opportunity is all about, or what your product is all about as well. So very, very important. So it's a magic dust for your invite, your presentation, your opening, and obviously your driving force. Without your why, as I said, you're not really going to have a strong business. The why needs to drive emotion. It needs to be purposeful and powerful, okay? As you can see by that little chart there, the why is in the middle. The why is the most important part. It's the nucleus of everything. Then you got the how, then you got the what. So if your why is not there, the other aspects just won't occur. So very, very important, your why. It's a 3-part structure. That's all your why needs to be. Where you were. So basically what you're going to do there is attack and confess. I was in a dark place. This is what I was doing. I wasn't financially stable. I was worried about my mortgage payments, whatever it might be, whatever your scenario is. But attack yourself a little bit, okay? Dig in deep and get that emotional content out, okay? So discuss personal or universal problems and frustrations. If you didn't have, personal struggles, then use some other stories. Use universal struggles about how people are, they're working more and more now for less and less pay. Jobs are getting cut, whatever the case might be. But dig deep and find that structure. What you saw with this amazing opportunity, highlight all the things that piqued your interest, okay? Whether it was an amazing residual income, whether it was working with a superstar team, whether it was, the product itself that changed your life and therefore you had to show other people how it's going to change their life. Really highlight all of that from what you saw through the company. And what did you do? Did you try the product and got amazing results? Did you have a successful first month and get people involved in the process of, becoming a business partner? Or, you got 20 people on a cleanse in a month. Just show people what you did to get more interest in people and drive that emotional aspect. And obviously, number 3 is where you are now. So if you're new to the business, it's basically being super excited, really pumped to be a part of this movement. I believe in the product. I believe in the company. I believe in, what everything in this company has to offer. If you've been in the business for a while, talk about some of your successes. You've been able to travel with the company. You've been on stage. You've been able to hit some nice ranks. You've been able to get a company car, whatever it might be. So that's your 3-part structure with your why. Very, very important. So they're all the steps there. So what you'll create for yourself, and obviously what you'll create for the team and for other people. So what I'm going to do now is, if Daniel McShane, if you can unmute yourself, I just want to get a bit of a feel as to a why. I love Daniel McShane's why. It's pretty powerful. It's very, very emotional. I just want people to get a bit of a feel as to how a why should be structured. So, Daniel, no pressure, mate. I haven't put you on the spot, but let's hear your amazing why.
Cool. Thanks, Danny. I guess there was a time in my life that I wasn't well. I was mentally and physically exhausted, and I didn't know what to do with myself. I would have a pre-workout drink before I go to the gym, which is first thing in the morning. And I got that bad that when I got there, I did 2 exercises and I was done. 2 warm-up sets and I was done. I was spent. I'll then have an energy drink at lunchtime just to get through the day. I had a busy work schedule and I was just peaking up and crashing down. And that happened from the morning, then to lunch, pick me up again, come home. And Dad said I'll come home and I'll be asleep on the couch straight after work. That wasn't good with my relationship with Julie. I mean, who wants a guy that comes home from work and just sleeps on the couch? I mean, it's pretty terrible. I was overworked and definitely wasn't appreciated either. There was days I just didn't want to get out of bed. I took some time off work, and a good friend of mine, Danny Lopes, saw that I was struggling. And during my time off work, he said, "Come on, I want to go out for breakfast. I'll take you out for breakfast and have a chat." And as a good friend would normally do, ask you what the hell is going on. And at that point of time, I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. Danny said, "Try these products." He told me all about the products, but at that time, went in one ear, out the other. I just knew that I had to do something. So I gave it a shot. Luckily, I did. So I took the products from day dot, and I haven't stopped. And every single day, I just started feeling better from the inside. And then as the days went on, and then as the weeks went on, I started to feel better and better. And then the months went on, and then now the year has gone on, and probably close to 2 years now or longer. And I can't thank Danny enough for introducing me to these products. I used to be this happy, fun-loving guy that just all of a sudden almost lost everything. But thanks to the products for making me feel better from the inside out, I'm back on top of the world. And there's no looking back now. So thanks heaps, Danny.
Beautiful, mate. That's the kind of emotion you want to have. I get goosebumps every time I hear that. And to see your transformation, mate, over the last, 2 years has been amazing. From, that stage where you look very unwell and very pale and very, very sick. And these products were able to turn around. And as a result, you wanted to share that with other people. And that's what this movement is all about. So thank you, Daniel. That's the kind of passion we want to have in our why, guys. We want to be emotionally driven, so that when you're presenting to your audience, they get a bit of a wow factor. And, you can drive them into an emotional decision. So thanks, Daniel, again, mate. That's a great why, and it gets better every time. So, all right. So step 2 is list building and management. Okay, so we need to use the Fast Start booklet to build your opening list of 50 people. This is for mainly new people, but also if you haven't got a list, great idea to get a list formed, whether it's computer, spreadsheet, or if you like me, pen and paper. I still do lists to this day. I still tick stuff off as I go along. You need to have something that works for you. Fast builders will have an initial list of 200 plus. So when you're bringing new people into your organization, the idea is to get them writing down as many names as they possibly can. And for yourself, write down as many names you possibly can, because the idea is not to discriminate. So whether you use social media, your mobile phone contacts, your memory bank, there's a jogger, a back office where it has a list of, who's your baker, who's your chemist, who's your doctor, who's your chiropractor. And it goes through the whole list to just jog your memory as to who you know and who is in your friend network. So, and the key, as I said before, is to never discriminate. It's funny how you think people will join the business or be on your product, your best friends, your relatives, and they tend not to do it. And the ones that you think probably won't be interested in it will be your best business builders, so or your #1 rating customer fans. So never discriminate, just write them down on the list, and we will get around to them when we can. Remember that 80% of sales happen at the 3rd to 8th point of contact. So your list is vital, okay? If you don't have a list and you're just trying to go off your memory and you're trying to talk to people, trying to follow up with them, and you've got heaps of names going on, it can be very hard to keep track of it all. Not everybody's going to jump at you first time and say, I want to be part of this. It's going to take sometimes 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15 exposures. Sometimes it'll take 3 years. Sometimes it'll take 3 days. So the idea is to make sure your list is up to date and you're using it consistently. And never stop adding to the list. All the great network marketers in the world, they try and aim for 2 new people a day, and they add 2 new people to their list. They might have 3 new a day, but they're always adding to that list, okay? So your list should never run dry. You should never say, I've spoken to everybody and I can't possibly speak to anyone else. You should just be going out there and just talking to people. Just add them to your list. You don't have to invite them on the spot. You can start a great, rapport building relationship with them. You can talk to them on the phone. You can catch up with them for coffee. And when the timing's right, then you can ask the questions from there. So that moves us on to step number 3, which is obviously the invite. Okay, so be authentic. There's no script for this. We can't write a script for you guys. No top MLMers can write a script for their downlines, for anybody for that matter, because it needs to be coming from you. So less is more. Okay, when you are inviting somebody, pique their interest. Don't shoot off the whole business idea in an invite, because chances are you'll either 1, lose them, or 2, you've given them too much information, they won't turn up. So pique their interest. Less is more is a great approach. Never present, it's an invite. All you're doing is you're inviting them to the presentation. Okay, so the idea is to get them there. So don't give away too much. Think about what drives that person, whether it's a money aspect, whether it's freedom, whether it's contribution, facts and figures, whatever it is, and do what is in it for them, their favorite radio station, WIIFM. Okay, so always go back to their wants, their needs, not yours. Okay, always go to theirs. Dave Nelson has an amazing 4-part system. There are many methods. Do what works for you. So Dave will greet as usual. Hi, how are you? Da da da, blah blah blah. Leading with a story. Hey, look, the reason why I called you today is because I've just started this amazing journey. And I want you to come and check it out. I think this would be a great fit for you. Amazing people that we're surrounded with. And then what's in it for them? Okay. I know you love, contributing to a team, and we have an amazing team that I want you to come and meet. Okay. Always share what's in it for them. And then lock down, confirm the time, edify, and send a tool. So I normally like to clear the calendar. I know Mike likes to do the same thing. So I would normally start with, hey, how you going? What have you been up to? Yeah, great. Look, what are you doing Wednesday night? Oh, no, nothing. Oh, great. Well, look, the reason why I call is because I've got this amazing opportunity I've been blessed with, working with some outstanding, amazing people, and we're having a little get-together on Wednesday night to explain what it all is. Can I count on you to be there? You're amazing. You're an amazing person. I know you're looking for a little bit of extra money on the side, and this will be a great opportunity for you to do that. Are you free Wednesday night? That's the kind of lines you want to go down. So share all those aspects, but keep it short. Don't stay on the phone too long. Say, hey, look, I've got to go. For me, it's like, oh, the kids, they're playing up in the background. I've got to go. I'll see you Wednesday night, and get off the phone. So they can't ask you questions. And then they're intrigued. Chances are they'll turn up Wednesday night. Edification, very important with the invite, okay? If you're not ultra confident and you need some third-party validation, always do that. Always use somebody else. Hey, look, Wednesday night, there's this super cool guy, Mike. He's going to do a presentation for us. This guy's an absolute weapon when it comes to this opportunity that we're going to be part of. He knows the industry inside out, back to front. He'll answer all your questions. He'd be a great person for you to meet. But can you come Wednesday night? That's the type of edification you want to do. You want to raise the influence of the person who's doing the presentation, because that triangle there is absolutely spot on. Okay, so you and your friend, you've got trust, but you may not have the respect because they may not have seen you in business before. But if you're edifying the expert, the friend has respect for the expert. Okay, and if you're edifying them correctly, then they should be really interested to see what that person has to offer. So if you're ever in that situation, always edify, someone who's going to present, or someone who is influential, or somebody who you admire, and always raise the influence of that person. So edification goes up, down, and sideways. Okay, you don't have to always edify the person at the top. You can always edify someone in your team. Especially like I love to use Bobby Lee's example. When people are on the cleanse, she's lost an amazing amount of weight in a very sustainable period of time. Show them a photo of Bobby's transformation, then ask them if they're free Wednesday night to come and check out what it's all about. So it doesn't always have to always be the upline. It can always be your sideline. It can be from a different team. It can be people that you've brought into the business. It can be anyone. Edification makes the presenter's job easy. If you've edified them right, people will be attentive. They will listen. They will be really keen to hear what that person has to say, and it just makes the job for the presenter easier when he's got an audience. He or she's got an audience that is accommodating. And edification builds a strong culture. If you're edifying your team, you're going to build strength in that team. This team, they're amazing. They talk about each other. They talk themselves. They talk themselves up. They're really positive, upbeat group. And it just might be the thing that somebody's looking for. They're looking for that contribution. They're looking for, people to be around as the positive role models. So you just never know, guys, but lots and lots of edification. All right, step 4 is presentation. Presentation really comes down to 3 parts. It's the why, which is your why, and the testimonials that you have. You always have testimonials in your presentation, just for that stories tell, facts tell component. You have the what, so you have the information and the samples to hand out. And then you have the how, so you're taking people through the process on how to either be a customer and taking the products, or being in the business and showing them how to get started fast. So that's how you would break down your presentation. Energy is everything. It's how people feel that matters, okay? You need to have energy when you are presenting. You can't be very monotone and just talk very flat about this is an amazing product and I think you should join our business structure. You need to have some excitement in your voice. You need to be up and about. When people walk into the room, greet them, hi, how you going? Be that person who people want to attract to, okay? People want to attract to that positive energy. Music is crucial. So I think if you're going to have a presentation, it's always nice to have some music before you start, just sort of breaks the mood. Whatever music you want to put on. I wouldn't have it too loud though, just kind of background music, but just to enhance the mood. Be well dressed, be on time, be well organised, okay? So those professional points that people will pick up on, okay? If you're dressed in, shorts and a singlet, you run 15, 20 minutes late, and, you got papers everywhere, you're plugging in computers, you're just not set up, people are going to think it's a little bit professional, okay? So dress well. Be there early. Get there early. I'm always try and get to presentations half an hour to 45 minutes early. So I'm set up. I'm ready to go. When people walk in, it's all there for them to see. So the first impressions really count. And interaction before and after. Okay, so introduce people to other people. So if you've got guests, introduce them to the presenter. Introduce them to your team. Always introduce, because they're great conversation starters. Okay, it just makes them feel really comfortable, and it's a nice, friendly environment. And be warm and supportive, really talk up the presenter, really talk up the person whose presentation it is, and be that supportive. Be attentive when you're listening to the presentation, nod your head, yeah, agree, say yes, yeah, that sounds, wow, that kind of stuff. Really be present. That's the key. And then, of course, if the presentation is an absolute success, which of course it will be, we can then open them to the opportunity. So there's 3 parts to opening. Number 1 is handling objections and concerns to get them started. Most of the time, people are going to have some type of objection. Okay, it could be a money objection, a time objection, could be anything. The idea is to overcome those objections and lead them back to, this is where we're at. This is the kind of, if we're talking about the product, this is the product. It's an amazing price. It's like only $8 a day. It's an amazing product, whatever it might be. If it's about the business, you tell them, look, the team will support you. You get an amazing, business structure. You've got a back office. It gives you all the information. It's really super simple. You just have to follow a cookie cutter system and just handle their objections as you go. Now, SNIUP. SNIUP means susceptibility to the negative influence of other people. You must tell people that there will be people out there who don't want you to do this. They don't want you to be part of this business, this so-called pyramid scheme, or this, this product is just wasting your time. There are going to be people out there. You need to get people prepared for that, okay? Because most people who suffer from SNIUP are uneducated and aren't aware of what goes on. Okay, so we need to properly inform these people. So when they are sniped, they know it's coming and the reason why it's coming. So very, very important. Follow up. Follow up is where the fortune's at, guys. You've heard that statement before. You need to follow up consistently, okay? Because as I said, 3 to 8 points of contact it normally takes for them to get started. They may not get started on the night, but you need to constantly follow up with them, find out where they're at. If they need more information, what are they after? You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think you're at the moment? 1 is get the hell away from me. 10 is I'm ready to start tomorrow. You know, where are you at? And then give them the adequate information from there. Follow up, very, very important. The opening tip, if you don't ask, you don't get. Okay, if you let people leave the presentation without asking a question, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get them either part of your business or as a customer. So you need to ask the questions. Handling objections is a 3-part system. Acknowledge the objection. You can say something like, oh, yeah, I get that. That makes sense. Or, you know what, I was in the same situation as you. Okay, so always acknowledge, never jump down their throat. Acknowledge the fact they have an objection. Chances are you probably had the same objection when you started. So acknowledge the objection. Be understanding and supportive. Okay, so be that person who is listening, attentive. Yep, that makes sense. I get where you're coming from there. I felt the same. And then offer a new perspective. Okay, so if it's the product, oh, look, it's too expensive. You can say, look, I understand that. You know, when I first started, I thought the product was fairly expensive as well. However, I then realised it was only $8 a day and it was substituting some of my breakfast, so I was saving money with that. And because my digestive system was working so effectively and I was getting all the nutrients I needed, I found I wasn't eating as much. So my shopping bill was actually a little bit less. So in essence, it's probably an inclusion. It's not an add-on. So something along those lines, okay, so offer that new perspective. And then re-establish the vision and the value. You say, look, you know, this product is literally changing lives. It's changed mine. You heard a few testimonies say how much it's changing their life. And we want it to change your life as well. So what do you say? Okay, so you're just offering that new perspective. All right, so some examples. I don't have time. This is a common one. I don't have time. Okay, it's amazing how people don't have time, but they can sit there and watch 4 hours of television. So basically just saying, look, hey, you know, I was in the same position. I didn't have much time either, but I made time. Once the kids were in bed, I had 2 hours where I go and just, you know, invite people, talk to people. And really all you need is 7 to 10 hours a week to get started. So I don't have time is a good one. I don't have money. That's always a common one. We know how to handle that one. Okay. It looks like a pyramid scheme. I always play dumb with that and say, I really don't know what a pyramid scheme is. Like, you want to explain it to me? And let them try and explain what it is. Chances are they probably don't even know what a pyramid scheme is. Or one of those things. I always say, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by one of those things? And put it back onto them and let them try and answer the question. I don't need supplements. Another big one. I don't want to sell. We know this is not a selling game. This is a teaching and training business. Okay. And that's another aspect that you need to incorporate. Yes, you do need to sell a product. But if you build a team and structure it and have a lot of duplication, you're going to get a lot more sales without being a salesperson. And I don't have confidence. Well, you know, you've got an amazing team around you that can support you, help you. You can edify them. They can come to your meetings. So you've got all that sort of structure as well. So they're just some examples. Okay. Most people don't pursue their dreams or take action on anything because of 2 things. SNILE and fear, just some acronyms there. Fear is false evidence appearing real, okay? The fear is in the mind only, okay? We need to try and make sure that we're comforting them and we're pushing them past those points so they can see that there's a real opportunity here. So before buying into someone else's philosophy, make sure you ask yourself and them these 3 questions. Do they know anything about success in life? Do they know anything about the industry? Do they know anything about our company? Chances are they probably may not know too much about the industry or the company. So we need to inform them correctly of how our industry works and what our company is all about. Okay. Dennis Wong's wisdom. I love this. Dennis Wong is straight up. He's right on point. So he says, stupid people make a mistake and make it time and time again. Smart people make a mistake and never make it again. Wise people make others' mistakes and never make them at all. This is a business and an industry where you can basically duplicate what your leaders are doing, because chances are they've made all the mistakes. They know how to get around them, and all they will teach you how to get around those issues. So all you have to do is follow what they do. And if you learn from that, you will make very, very minimal, if any, mistakes at all. So always follow what your leaders are doing and follow in their footsteps. Core message: listen to your upline. Chances are they face the same situations you're about to face. Tick. Beautiful. Building a success mindset. Keep your eye on the prize at all times. Always have it in your mind. I wake up in the morning, I do a bit of meditation, a bit of gratitude, go through my why a little bit, and it gets me in the game so I can have a really good day and start off the day really, really well. Keep drama away from the team, okay? We just want positive stuff in the team. We don't want any negative aspects, okay? We don't want he said, she said, this person does this, why does that person do that? It needs to be all positive and uplifting stuff, okay? Create the big IQ factor. The only way to lose is to quit. I love this statement from the book, Your First Year in Network Marketing. 95% of network marketers who commit for 10 years will become wealthy beyond their wildest dreams. Okay, so all you got to do is just stay in there and day by day do the simple stuff, do all the slight edge decisions that get you to your ultimate goal, and you'll be at top of the compensation plan within a 10-year period. Okay, it's better than working 40 years at your job, that's for sure. And don't ride the emotional roller coaster in this business. You're going to get people who say they're going to join and don't. You're going to get people who say they want to be a customer and they go missing. Okay, you're going to get 4 customers in a day. You're going to get 2 promoters in a week. So you're going to ride a massive roller coaster. Don't let that emotional side of things get to you. Stick to your game plan. Stick to keeping your eye on the prize. Victors either win or learn. There's no such thing as failing for a victor. Okay, we win or we learn from what we've done. Okay, very, very important. Adopt the victor traits, not the victim ones. Instead of complaining, try and find a solution. Okay, this is a problem-solution business. People have a problem. We have the solution to that problem. We just need to expose it to people. Very, very, very important. Where is your attention? During invites, presentations, and opening, okay, you need to be on the game all the time. When you're inviting someone, you need to be present in that moment. When someone's presenting, you need to be sitting in your chair. You need to be attentive. You need to be listening, okay? And when you're opening people, you need to hear what they're saying and listen to what they're saying and, accommodate accordingly. So here's a bit of a graph, if you like. We want to be at the top 2, vision and planning, okay? Vision, how does success look for me? Planning, what are my key strategies? Okay, as we go down, we don't want these things to happen as we go down. We don't want too much detail. Where are my daily steps taking me? Problems, what's getting in the way? And drama, why I can't do this. We want to stick to the top 2, if not the top 1, okay? Always vision, always thinking about ways in which you can create your business and be super successful at what you do, and then duplicate that to your team. Just some compliance stuff, guys. I'm running low on time, that's why I'm going a bit quick. We're about to run out of time. Extra compliance, do not make health claims regarding disease or cancer, okay? So you can't say that our products cure cancer. You can't say our products are going to cure a certain disease, okay? So don't make those health claims, okay? Don't make medical or cure claims, okay? Don't make false income claims. Don't say, oh, look, I'm making, 6 figures when you're not making 6 figures, okay? Just don't make any claims at all. Just stick to the facts, stick to the important stuff, be truthful, open and honest, okay? And people will see you for who you are. And if they see you for who you are and say, this is a really decent person, then chances are they'll follow you on that particular journey. So that's the extra compliance stuff. Always provide an income disclosure statement when discussing income. Okay, that's in our back office. And always make sure all your new customers and reps know about AutoShip. Okay, very important to know that they can get rewards points and they can get free products. And know if they order it every 4 weeks, they don't have to kind of chase it up and go into the office all the time. It's just an automatic occurrence. So make sure they know all these things. Don't try and hide anything from them. Make sure you're showing them everything about how it all works. All right, guys, that is it for tonight's session. The 6 basic steps: why, list, invite, present, open, system, and of course, mindset. The key thing I want you to try and do over the next couple of days is to get your why right. Articulate your why. Make it emotional like Macca's was. Make it deep. Make it powerful and make it drive you every single time you wake up in the morning, because if it doesn't drive you guys, you're not going to go out there and make an impact. Okay, so you need to have that why on song. Your why is going to change a lot. It's never always going to be the same from day 1 to day 6,000. It's never going to be the same. It's going to be different. It's going to change. But the key is you want to make it deep, emotional, and sharing common things with the people around you. So if you want, guys, feel free to send me your why. I'm quite happy to have a look through it. If you want to keep it to yourself, that's fine also. But make it strong, make it powerful. If you get your why right, this business is really quite simple. Okay, so thanks for listening tonight, guys. Thanks for jumping on. And feel free to, talk to me anytime about what we need. Don't forget, Wednesday night, we have a presentation, 8 p.m. Mike Peterson is running that. The link was in the Team Outwork Facebook page. So jump on for that. Invite like crazy, guys. Let's get heaps of people on that. Let's build some momentum. Let's get 2018 off to an absolute flyer. So thanks for listening, guys, and I will see you all on Wednesday night. Macca, you have a question?
Great job, Lopesy. Awesome session, mate. Loved it.
I see you raised your hand, mate. All right, guys.
Thanks, Danny.